Just recently I bought this book, M.K. Nambiar, a great constitutional lawyer who was practicing in Madras, and why this book, it has some historic information for the legal fraternity. Power, political power and law, rule of law are always in constant conflict. I need not tell how the judiciary is today functioning in India and in even other countries. And Mr. M.K. Nambiar, before I proceed, I had met once briefly in Chennai when he was active, and when I was also a member of the Madras Legislative Council. I wanted to reform the higher education in India at that time when Madras University had an unprecedented tenure of a Vice Chancellor, the great Dr. A. Lakshmanaswamy Mudaliar. I brought out a private member bill to define the terms of the Vice Chancellor of universities, and that when that bill came for discussion, there was a hue and cry in the council. All the senior members stood up and called me names, asked me to sit down, but I kept on delivering my prepared speech. I pointed out in an advanced university like Harvard at that time, there was a president aged 40. Even today in Harvard and other top universities, you will find younger people occupying the post of the presidentship of the university. And in India, it has been a curse, I will say. We inherited the British tradition, and thanks to that colonial legacy, Dr. Mudaliar occupied the chair for 27 years. Unprecedented. Even great leaders like Rajaji, Kamaraj, Annadurai could not change the system, and that system prevailed when I entered the council as the youngest member of the council. And I think viewers could appreciate the passion with which I might have stood up and held my ground, and that led to the change of the tenure in the Madras University. From then on, it was 3 years tenure, and it is renewable. Of course, many vice chancellors followed in India, not only in Chennai, in even other states. Why even the great university like V.Isvarmurti had a system of 3 years. Great scholars, world famous experts have all held that post. Unfortunately, I want to make only one remark and shift to Mr. Nambiar's life. He was the first constitutional lawyer who pleaded the first habeas corpus detention law of the great communist leader A.K. Gopalan. And A.K. Gopalan, you must know more than what I want to say today about Nambiar, was a great communist, people's leader. Even Pandit Nehru didn't field a candidate against him because he was so popular. And Kerala has many distinctions. One is to given birth to such great sons of the people who devoted their life to service, in service of the downtrodden. He was a great colleague later of E.M.S. Namboodiripad. And of course, there are many political differences, controversies to discuss. My point here is, Nambiar is the first lawyer to have argued that A.K. Gopalan versus Madras State case, and he laid the foundation for the constitutional law practices principles. And there are much information here. Unfortunately, this has been written in a lawyer's perspective, and technical issues are here abound. I am very desirous a popular journalist could have covered and made many interesting observations of Nambiar's rise from a district municipal official lawyer to the All India figure, and I am glad to read this book and renew my memories. I had met, when I met Nambiar, I also met Mr. Mohan Kumaramangalam, who lived in Nungambakam, N.T. Vanamamalai, and such other luminaries to consult, and those days are now past, and we live today in a turbulent political atmosphere, and I conclude my speech here. Thank you.